team on local television. The combined resources of KCOY 12, Central Coast Local News, and KEYT News Channel 3. Your news starts now.
Our top story at 11 tonight, breaking news. That huge plane right there is called into battle an out-of-control wildfire in San Luis Obispo County. The Parkhill fire is threatening many homes, and evacuations are underway. Good evening, everybody. I'm CJ Ward.
And I'm Elise Martinez.
And we begin tonight with that wildfire burning near the town of Santa Margarita. The fire broke out about 2:30 this afternoon near Parkhill and Las Politas roads. That's just east of Santa Margarita. It's burned more than 1,000 acres so far and damaged or destroyed 2 buildings, possibly homes.
And we have team coverage. Dave Alley is live at an evacuation center. But first we begin with Nia Wong, who's near the fire lines. Nia.
Hey, it's a little hard to see right now, but I'm actually at the base of Parkhill Road and Highway 58. And just up the hills behind me are 350 firefighters on the ground battling a blaze that is well over 1,000 acres and continuing to grow. Right now, we know that 0% of this fire is contained, and we do know 2 homes have been damaged. Sheriff's deputies have been knocking door to door on 72 homes along this road. And it's all about voluntary evacuation. 33 homes have been evacuated, 28 families have opted to stay, and about 11 of those homes didn't have anyone inside it. Everybody who was evacuated was sent to Santa Margarita Elementary School.
I'm waiting to hear back to see if any of the property that I was living on is burned up, like the houses and all of that. Our neighbors stayed behind.
Road closures well into noon tomorrow, and it's going to be on Parkhill Road from River Road to 7 Oaks Ranch. Reporting live in Santa Margarita, Nia Wong, News Channel 3.
Okay, thank you for the update, Nia. Images of that fire are flooding social media right now. These photos were posted by Ed Joyce in the San Luis Obispo Tribune. Look at the size of those flames. Some of the pictures seem to show a home going up in flames. Now, CAL FIRE tells us many structures are threatened by the advancing flames, and many properties in this area are ranches.
An evacuation center for the fire has been set up at Santa Margarita Elementary.
And that's where Dave Alley is standing by live. And Dave, what's the update there? Have you seen people coming in who've been evacuated?
Yeah, good evening, CJ and Elise. Yes, we are at Santa Margarita Elementary School. An evacuation has been set up by the Red Cross of San Luis Obispo County. Not a lot of residents have showed up here. They estimate typically, the Red Cross does, about 10% of whatever the number of evacuation the number is. About 300 to 400 residents right now, or 500, I should say. So about 50 residents they would assume would come out here. A little bit less than that. For all the latest information on this Parkhill fire, we're going to bring in Az Berliner with CAL FIRE. She's got all the numbers for us. Good evening once again, Az. Thanks for joining us here this evening. What can you tell us about the latest info that you have here on the Parkhill fire?
It's about 1,000 acres plus right now. And as for we were talking about earlier about the agencies that we have here, there's multi-agencies involved, and we'll have a list of those names for you tomorrow. And also on the head count.
And something real important to clarify is the evacuations right now that have been taking place all day. What can you tell us about the evacuations and who should be evacuated or who's not necessarily needing to be evacuated?
The Los Hills, Las Politas, and Parkhill area are the road closures, and those people were evacuated. It was an order was put in place for evacuations for their safety to get everybody out so the fire equipment could get in. And once they leave those areas, the road closures, and as soon as we find out that the road closures are opened, we will announce that. And they can also call the Office of Emergency Services, the county, and we have that number too for you.
Okay, so we've heard that the evacuations are mandatory. We've also heard from the Sheriff's Department that they might be voluntary. So to clarify again,
its evacuation order was put in place, and once we say that it is unsafe, that we're putting out the evacuation order, and people should leave, and for their safety, to protect their families and their lives.
What can you tell us about a cause? What may have started this fire? What do you know?
It's under investigation as of right now. And as soon as we get that information, we'll pass it on to you. But right now it's under investigations, and right now the dozers are working, the crew's working all night digitally, and the aircraft will be back in the morning.
Talk about the aircraft. They did play we saw it several times this afternoon into the evening. What can you tell us about the use of the aircraft to fight the fire?
They play a very important role with the retardants and the water drops.
And again, multi-agencies. CAL FIRE is the lead fire. How many firefighters, again, do you have working out on this fire right now?
Right now, there's an estimate of about 300, 400, but we don't have that head count right now. Everybody's still coming in, and they're working, and we'll have that in the morning. We'll have that done tonight.
How concerned is CAL FIRE about this blaze? I mean, it grew very quickly this afternoon, started small, and really got out of control fast. How concerned is CAL FIRE as we head into the second day tomorrow?
Well, we're very concerned. That's why we're educating the public on the defensible space. Do that clearance around their homes, and if their neighbor needs help, get out there and help those neighbors. Do that defensible space. The more clearance you have, the better off. Get those the wood shingles, get those off of your home. Put, the composition shingles that are qualified for those homes, and get those needles, all the brush around your home, get that all done.
Right, because we know exactly. Thanks, Az, by the way. We know how dry it has been. Az Berliner with CAL FIRE there. There's the latest information. Again, 1,000 acres plus right now, 0% containment here just after 11 o'clock. Right now, well over 300 firefighters from multi-agencies fighting this fire right now. Several homes are threatened. We do know at least 2 have been damaged right now. That's the latest information. Reporting live in Santa Margarita, Dave Alley. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Here's a quick recap of the Parkhill fire. Now, some people have been evacuated. An evacuation order was put in place. The San Luis Obispo Sheriff's Department says 72 homes were in the path of the fire. Only 33 evacuated. 28 people chose to stay put, and 11 homes were empty.
All right, let's bring in Sean Quinn now. He's standing by in our First Alert Weather Center with the latest on the fire conditions there. Sean, what can you tell us?
Well, things have improved ever so slightly over the last couple of hours. About as good as we could hope for. The winds have been pretty much non-existent. We did have a chance of seeing some sundowners develop. What happens basically, your mountaintops cool off quicker than your warm valleys, and that can create sort of a wind dynamic, if you will, as the air rises over the valleys. It sucks the air down the mountains where it's cooler, so you get the little sort of what we call a little thermal cycle. Starts to sort of wheel through the region, and then what ends up happening is you create your own winds, which may not even show up on a wind map because it's so localized. Luckily, that does not appear to be the case. Winds right now northwest by 2, basically just calm, and we've also seen the humidity jump just a few percentage points over the last couple of hours. So the good news is there's a little bit of moisture out there as we head into the late night and early morning hours. Current temperatures, though, well, inland areas still well into the 70s. It's a little bit better as you head towards the coast, and actually pretty cool as you head right along the immediate coastline. Again, winds are fairly calm, if non-existent at all, which is really good news. When we come back, though, we do have a chance that we could see some more warm weather again tomorrow. More than likely we will. Hopefully a little bit cooler, but also tomorrow night, another chance of seeing that possibility of more sundowner winds. And of course, we'll have full details on that and your 7-day forecast in just a couple moments. CJ?
Okay, thank you, Sean. And stay with News Channel 3 and KCOI 12 News for continuing coverage of the Parkhill fire. We will continue to monitor this fire. We will bring you the latest on evacuations. We will also have a live update coming up later on in this newscast. And of course, you can get the latest on our websites at KEYT and KCOI.com.